Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Wednesday, October 19th, 2016. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, where we bring you today's top stories translated into English every weeknight. After listening to the arguments of several businessmen, the President of the Republic of Albania returned the Chamber of Commerce law to Parliament for review. The President found the law, which obligates all businesses to register in a Chamber of Commerce, as a burden to businesses which are in financial crisis. The President decided to give way to a group of businessmen who asked the President not to decree the law. The law stipulated that businesses should pay a quota, which the President sees as a hidden tax. Initiatives to strengthen the position of the public chambers of commerce are being done by imposing a hidden tax on businesses. This position is not in accordance with the basic rules of a market economy. The subjects of business associations should carry out activities on the basis of rules that are fair and non-discriminatory, argues the President. Also, the President stated that the law does not define and does not detail the services the chambers of commerce will offer to businesses. The law does not provide any clarity about the type and quality of services the Chamber of Commerce and the Union of Chambers of Commerce and Industry of Albania will offer to members who must join in a mandatory way and will pay a mandatory quota, and it does not provide the rules and principles on the basis of which business interests will be promoted and lobbied. Also, it does not specify what the consequences for entities that do not join the chambers obligatory will be. Continues the President in his argument. The Chambers of Commerce and Industry law defines an annual quota of membership. The law was rejected by some chambers of commerce, including the American Chamber of Commerce, who asked the President to reject the law. The law obligates a business entity to register in a Chamber of Commerce, and those who refuse to do so will not receive any services from the National Center of Business. The Minister of Defense commented today on yesterday's suggestion by the Minister of Justice, in which military engagement for the fight against cannabis was proposed. The Minister of Defense declared that the country's military deals with serious issues, such as the country's security. We should speak with seriousness when speaking about the military. The security of our country is a serious thing, declared the Minister of Defense from Kruja Mountain, where she participated in an activity to plant 5,000 trees on the occasion of Mother Teresa Day. Yesterday, the Minister of Justice proposed the engagement of the military to fight against cannabis growers, and according to him, if cannabis plantations are not fought now, they will not ever be. The opposition is presenting a unified stance that free and honest elections cannot be held with Edi Rama as Prime Minister. The Democratic Party Chairman, Lulzam Basha, was in Libras, where he met with his party's organization there and declared that traffickers are ruling the country and that the Prime Minister is connected to them. Everything that is happening, crimes, drugs, everything is for the function of stealing the upcoming elections. We should guarantee free elections. But can there be free and honest elections with Edi Rama as Prime Minister and Samir Tahiri as Minister of Interior? These two people are connected to the crime and drugs with the aim to destroy elections because they are afraid of the citizens' vote, the DP chairman said. The chairman of the Republican Party articulated the same position during a meeting he held with his party structures in Tirana. The electoral reform is needed. Free elections will not be possible without electoral reform. This is the worst government Albania has ever had. The only aims of Edi Rama are money and electoral crime. Can there be free and honest elections with this government? We have asked for changes in the electoral code, declared the chairman of the Republican Party. The opposition parties are on the same track as they accuse the Prime Minister of serving the criminals and of impoverishing the citizens. As Kolonja's mayor died due to a heart attack, elections will be held to elect a new mayor. The Alliance for European Albania, the Socialist Coalition, presented its candidate today where Prime Minister Rama asked those present to hold a minute of silence for the deceased mayor. During the candidate presentation, Prime Minister Edi Rama gave assurance that their candidate will finish the projects left behind by the deceased mayor, who was also from the Socialist Party. The Prime Minister declared that the Socialist candidate is the right candidate for Kolonja and model of hope for the future. Our candidate, Ilia Stefo, is the right person for Kolonja. We are proudly asking you to support our candidate. He will finish the work initiated by your former mayor. Our model is the model of hope for the future. Our projects for Kolonja should continue with a person from our party because we are on two completely different roads than the other party. Their road is behind. If you want to see ahead, you should look forward, declared Prime Minister Rama. Also present at the activity, the Socialist MP Pandeli Maiko declared that the city's water supply will be built and spoke about the right wing's candidate, saying he is not the right one as he is not from there. Meanwhile, the Socialist Party's candidate declared that economic growth will be his goal. My challenge is to bring back values and to grow the economic level in this wonderful city. We will complete all the projects with the support of Prime Minister Edi Rama, declared the majority's candidate. The Assembly Speaker, Ilir Mehta, continues with his meetings in China, where he was received by the President of the Power Construction Corporation of China, Yan Zhiyong. The Assembly Speaker's press office says that Mr. Yan Zhiyong expressed his interest in continuing to invest in Albania and highlighted that Power Construction Corporation is ready to engage in other projects of common interest in Albania. In addition to Berat Bypass, we are committed to building Thuman Vora Rogozina Road, said Mr. Zhiyong. Meanwhile, Assembly Speaker Mehta urged the Chinese corporation to consider constructing the railway that links Albania to Macedonia, a project of interest within Corridor 8. Furthermore, Mr. Mehta was familiarized with the intentions of the company to invest in Albania. Mr. Mehta said that China has been investing in Albania for 2 decades, emphasizing the largest investments in the hydropower system. We welcome investments not only in infrastructure, but also in agriculture and tourism, where there are enormous opportunities, stated Mr. Mehta. The Minister of Agriculture sought support from the Chinese partners for the construction of the drainage channels within the water management project, as well as the use of alternative energy opportunities as unused and profitable opportunities for the Chinese side. After these discussions, representatives of the company, Power Construction Corporation, decided to send a working group to Albania to assess the proposals made by the Albanian delegation. Power Construction Corporation is one of the largest Chinese corporations with a presence throughout the world, owning a public and private capital. Headquartered in Rome, Italy, Juan José Guerra Abud is Albania's official ambassador of Mexico. After submitting his credentials to the President of the Republic of Albania, the ambassador of Mexico was decreed his diplomatic mandate. Ambassador Guerra Abud paid an important visit to the Honorary Consulate of the United Mexican States, which is considered Mexican soil. His visit serves to strengthen cooperation between the two countries. Since the opening of the Honorary Consulate, headed 4 years ago, Mexico has fostered increasing and improving political, economic, and cultural relations. The Honorary Consulate Office is an open door to all Mexican citizens for their concerns, but also to all Albanian citizens who want to visit Mexico. Mr. Abud praised the work done by the Honorary Consul of Mexico and his role for enhancing relations between Albania and Mexico. During his second visit to Albania, Mr. Abud paid a visit to RTV Ora News, where he was able to closely examine the combination of professionalism of the informative television, along with the impressive technology investments made. The Mexican ambassador also held a meeting with the Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Minister of Energy, and the Minister of Agriculture, with whom he discussed strengthening cooperation between our two countries. That's all for our English edition this evening. Please join us again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. for your local news in English. My name is Mari, and on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.